The day the internet ran dry. The entire corpus of high-quality human language on the open internet was officially exhausted by AI training clusters 3 months ago. This is the data wall. We are out of original human thoughts to feed the machines. Every major lab is now betting their multi-billion-dollar valuation on the hope that AI can learn by talking to itself without losing its mind. This pivot to synthetic data is not a strategic choice. It is a desperate survival tactic for an industry that just ran out of its primary raw material. The quality decay problem. The logic behind current tech valuations relies on a scaling law that assumes more data equals more intelligence. But when you scrape the 2026 web, you are mostly scraping garbage generated by the previous version of the model. This creates a feedback loop where errors compound and nuance disappears. Think of it like a photocopy of a photocopy. By the third generation, the edges are blurred and the details are gone. If models start eating their own digital exhaust, the intelligence curve plateaus while the compute costs continue to spike. This technical plateau leads directly to the model collapse paradox. Engineering a digital mirror. To avoid total breakdown, labs are now pivoting to recursive proof synthetic data. This involves using a high-performing model to act as a judge, filtering the output of a secondary model to ensure only high-quality logic passes through. It is an expensive, compute-heavy game of digital quality control. Meta is currently burning billions in OpEx to build these synthetic refineries, because the alternative is a stagnant product. The market prices these companies as growth stocks, but if they cannot manufacture a new supply of intelligence, they are just very expensive database companies. The real danger is how this artificial supply masks the rising cost of compute. The hidden margin erosion. Look at the capital expenditure in the latest quarterly reports. Microsoft and Google are spending record amounts on custom silicon, specifically to handle this synthetic generation process. This is a massive shift in the unit economics of AI. Training on public data was essentially a free lunch of stolen intellectual property. Training on synthetic data requires paying for the electricity to create the very information you are learning from. You are paying twice for the same insight. Analysts cheer the model performance gains, but the margin compression is being buried in general infrastructure spending. This brings us to the part no one wants to say: the signal under the noise. The synthetic data pivot proves that the era of easy scaling is over, and the industry is entering a high-cost manufacturing phase. While the press release focuses on smarter models, the P&L shows a desperate scramble to replace free internet data with expensive machine-made substitutes. This transition creates a winner-take-all moat based not on clever code, but on who can afford the highest electricity bill to refine their own output. For investors, the takeaway is clear. The quality decay and the margin erosion in the infrastructure spend will eventually collide with the current valuation multiples. We are no longer looking at an intelligence explosion. We are looking at a capital-intensive manufacturing cycle where the raw material is priced in kilowatt hours. The real indicator to watch is the ratio of synthetic to human tokens in the 2027 training logs. If that ratio crosses 80% without a breakthrough in reasoning efficiency, the $100 billion gamble has failed, and the AI bubble finally hits its physical limits. Subscribe for more